the one prediction that I will feel comfortable and safe in making is 2026 is going to be radically different than 2025, and 2027 is going to be radically different. There is just an immense amount of opportunity within that. But as we all know, I mean, on the terrifying part, we do have to take it seriously, and we do have to think about, I won't say the consequences because that sounds like it's bad. We need to use it responsibly. We need to think about what are the consequences if we don't use it responsibly. And we know not everybody's going to use it responsibly, but that's not going to stop it. It's like, well, therefore, because we're going to have bad actors, isn't that's not going to stop the progress. It's not going to stop the development of it. It's got the toothpaste is out of the tube. And, I just encourage everybody to become more aware, try it. Don't be afraid.
I could go on for forever, but I do have one more question for you. And this is really a kind of a personal question because you're both a college professor. And so maybe I can't ask you this. This is like, so I have a daughter who's getting ready to go or at the age that she's going to have to make a decision. What do you think as you look at jobs about college and today? How would you advise somebody who's ready to go in? Like, would you say, hey, college is a good option for some people for certain careers, or for the most part, you're better off, finding another way, with the cost of it today?
Yeah, no, on a broad sense, continuing education is incredibly important. And just because you don't go to college doesn't mean you stop learning. I mean, you could take courses from MIT, Harvard, Stanford, the top colleges in the world, and just because you're not in a formal program. So if you're going to take that gap year or that break, also continue learning during that point. Going back to the direct question, do I think higher education as exists now, if the pathway going to college to get a degree, to get a good job and have a career, I won't say it's over, but it's way different because we have no clue of students that are entering in the fall of 2025 what the jobs will look like in 2029. All we can do is prepare them with some of the base skills. And just as for the students who started in 2021, ChatGPT wasn't available. In 2022, it wasn't available. In 2023, it was available. In 2024, all of a sudden, it was embedded in a lot of programs, and professors started to use it. They were starting to use it to teach students how to use it so they can be better prepared to go in the workforce. I would say evaluate the schools, what the programs are available there. Are they advancing, or are they the same professors who have tenure that have taught the same subject for 30 years and teach it the same way they did 30 years ago? When you talk about a good school, is evaluate the professors, the tenure, the type of curriculum, and what they were known for, coming out. So it's going to be tough. I mean, just look in Pennsylvania, how many schools have closed in the last 12 to 24 months. Higher education is going to be incredibly disrupted. And again, colleges like Muhlenberg has for people who didn't have a college degree, they have a fast track. They have a really good continuing education program. They've implemented some master's programs. I think you're going to see more and more higher education deliver badges, certificates, just like they've done and they're already doing it. Many of them are doing it, but I think that's going to be more. Yeah, I don't think college is for everyone, but I think continuing education, continuous learning is for everyone. It absolutely is. So how you get there, eventually, I think people will need some type of degree, some type of credential, but is a BS or a BA going to hold the same weight 20 years from now as it does now? I
Yeah,
don't
well,
think so.
I always found that that nobody ever asked me about my college after my first job. Whatever happened there. I
Yeah.
think there was things that I learned, but I think there's things that, but most people are not disciplined enough. So college can be good in forcing you through a program of learning, but if you can do it yourself, there's lots of tools out there nowadays and I think you can set yourself apart in ways if you get creative that just having that degree is not able to do. So,
Yeah, and to follow up just real quick, Muhlenberg's focus has gone from more the pedagogical approach to an experiential, but it's a work in progress. It's not final. They redid the curriculum 2 years ago, and there's many other colleges that are doing this, but I'm just familiar with that one. So it's a positive move. Is it as effective as it could be? No, I think there's a lot of improvement that could be made, but I think that's going to be the tradition. So I think it's going to be moving from the traditional academic, you take these classes, you get a good grade, you pass, you get a good job, into what that experiential education is going to look like. Do I think that's going to be a 4-year? Again, sometimes you're trying to take the old box and throw new ingredients in the box, and you still come out with a
Mhm.
box. Do you get credentials after so much 2 years of
Mhm.
experience? Do you come out with some credits, and maybe you don't come out with the full BA or BS or whatever going to be there, but you come out with something. So I think higher education's got to move toward a more experiential approach, and I know there's people working on it. But the Khan
Yeah.
Academy is a good example. Should they be offering 4-year, or postgraduate degrees, and maybe that'll be